This video is discussing the station listed in the lesson plan as wall walk pullover. We all need to know that a wall walk pullover begins with a bat hang. A bat hang is where a student is able to walk their feet up the wall, glue their feet together, hang with their arms straight, with their body in a hollow, and be able to see their feet. If a student is unable to do that, and hold it for 1 gymnastics, 2 gymnastics, up to 5, then we should not be spotting them on a wall walk pullover. The main difference between a bat hang and a wall walk pullover is that on a bat hang, our arms are straight, and to make a wall walk pullover, my arms have to be bent, or my hips cannot make it over the bar. You will know pretty quickly who needs to be doing which skill. In the 5 and 6 class, you should be introducing a bat hang and only offer up a wall walk pullover to those who are extremely good at their bat hang. You should not stay at a 5-6 class at this bar and spot wall walk pullovers for the whole class. For the older levels, I would show both items and tell them to try whichever one they can do on their own. I would limit yourself to spotting each child on 1 to 2 wall walk pullovers. It is not our responsibility to stay at the station the entire time. It's simply to teach what it is and allow them to try what is a match for their abilities. We also need to be coaching the other stations. Some kids can walk their feet up the wall, kick their feet over the bar, but then are unable to sit up. It's okay if those kids hang on the bar on their hips, but then let their feet go back to the wall and walk back down. We do not need to stay over there to spot them on everyone to make sure that they can sit up. We do need to be asking them not to flip their hands around on the bar. In the middle of this skill, they should not let go and turn their hands around. They should keep their hands facing the same way and use motorcycle hands or scooch their hands around the bar to sit up. If they're unable to do that, we should be instructing them to let their feet go back to the wall and walk back down. For someone who we think can make a pullover without the wall, it's okay to pull the bar away from the wall and have them face away from the wall and try their pullover without the wall. I would also have another place set up nearby that's not being used and let them go over and try their pullover there if you think they're able. Please note that when you have kids do different things, then you're going to have to deal with other kids saying, well, I want to try it like that, or I want to do it that way. And you're going to have words ready to explain to them why they're working on the step that they are, while another student might not be doing the same thing as them. This video is of Jackson doing a bat hang. If you were going to spot a pullover, what you would do from there is put one hand behind their shoulders and one behind their hips to help lift them towards the bar so they can more easily kick their feet over. To help them sit up, you want to put one hand behind their legs and one hand in front of their shoulder to help rotate them around the bar. Please also note that when boys are doing front supports and wall walk pullovers, that it can feel uncomfortable for them. So we want to make sure we're telling them to put their belly button on the bar instead of their hips on the bar. If some boys try this and it hurts them, they won't want to try it again. So we want to make sure that we're telling them that they should put their belly button on the bar. Please note that it's also pretty safe for kids to keep trying these on their own without you standing there. So even if you do get to spot them on a couple and they can't quite make it on their own, you can still encourage them to keep trying it on their own. One common mistake kids generally make as they're first being able to sit up on these is that they let themselves slip right off the bar back down to their feet. Please make sure we're coaching them to finish a wall walk pullover in a front support. Please refer back to the station that we've done earlier in this session of what a front support is. Please also take note if you have larger children in your older age classes. Sometimes being on the smaller wall bar can really make them feel very large, and we want to accommodate kids of all sizes in our classes because we are inviting 9 to 11-year-olds to our classes. A way to accommodate them would be to use a bar that's not being used and have them use a blue block as the wall. The trick is you'll have to be there to stand to hold the blue block still so that they can kick off of it without it moving. You can also have a cheese mat open under a low bar so that they can run their feet up the cheese mat and kick their feet over if that is a fit for your class. If you have questions about those two setups that you think you'll need to use this session, please contact Amy and she'll make sure to set those up for you and show them how to be used.